What's up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. Trying something a little different today, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I want to speak on the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department because I'm clearly disgusted. I've come across a couple news articles and things like that, and the reason why I got my glasses on again today is because I'm gonna be doing some reading on a little report that I just made and just put together, and I just want to discuss and I want to ask the question: is or does the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department have the #1 most corrupt and gang infested police force in America? Okay, without further ado, let's get to it. Now, the Los Angeles Sheriff Department has been infiltrated heavily by multiple gangs. Some say this goes as far back as 50 years. It's said these same gangs continue to do all kinds of terrible things to the citizens of Los Angeles, including routine beatings and murder. The reason why I make this is to highlight the fact that it's deeper than the Bloods and Crips, okay? It's deeper than the Bloods and Crips and minority-based gangs, all right? At higher levels, a gang is a secret society. And our former president, John F. Kennedy, told us all himself what he thought about secret societies. Overall, our country has a gang problem. And the Bloods, Crips, Land Kings, etc. is only the tip of the iceberg. And also, they have the least power. You understand me? You dig? But wait, it gets deeper than this. We just started. Now listen. There are journalists who report being in Los Angeles during the George Floyd riots, protesting peacefully, or just filming, doing their regular damn jobs, and being shot at by police with less lethal bullets, even after clearly identifying themselves as press, leading some to have to seek medical attention. Is that right? You tell me. Only days after that, a young Hispanic man was killed by police in Compton in what is said to be a gang initiation. So my question is to the viewer: are police some of the most crooked people in America? The answer is yours to make. It's reported that over 18 gangs are all over the Los Angeles Police Department, and they are apparently mostly white. They have killed 19 people, all men of color, with some having mental health conditions, okay? The higher-ups in the police force and the government of Los Angeles is well aware of what's going on in the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and they have done absolutely nothing. No laws have been passed, anything of the sort, okay? They call themselves protectors of the innocent, defenders of justice, but here they are. Gangs within the damn police force, okay? And how do they enter the gang? How does one join the police force and then join the police force gang, you may ask? By shooting innocent people or falsifying paperwork, okay? This is what the taxpayers of all races, including the thousands and millions of people of color, who have this to look forward to. And now we can all see why organizations like the Black Panther movement were created and were so crucial. It's possible Los Angeles has the most corrupt police force in America. And how do people tell they're in gangs with each other? Simple. They have hand signs, slogans, and matching tattoos. Now we're talking about police, people who are supposed to be upstanding citizens, right? Right? Role models to the youth, right? They're in gangs. They have matching tattoos, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, getting towards the end of this, Los Angeles has a huge gang problem that more aligns with the terrorist organization, one may assume. And they are all targeting people of color, not just African Americans. They have a habit of shooting people and then coming up with probable cause later. And they do this by planting false evidence. Now, over 50 years of violence, over 50 years of oppression and brutality during the Rodney King trial, all during the Watts riots. When people think of gangs in Los Angeles, we only hear about the gangs with people of color who come from poor communities, but we never speak about the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department and all the things that they bring. The people who have real power and use it to be nothing more than an oppressor of other people. My question to all gangs of LA: when will the war amongst each other be quelled long enough to deal with the people who really have their foot and sometimes their knees on our necks? We have to do better. Now, that was the end of my little summary, my little report, you know what I'm saying, based off of my research that I've done. Like I said, I'm disgusted with this. If you're from Los Angeles and you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure none of this is surprising to you. However, you would think with the large media base that Los Angeles has, you know, being that it is California and California runs all media in America, you would think that there would be more reports about all this abuse and all this other stuff that's going on. But as you could clearly see, you know, the media does what it wants to do, unfortunately, you know. People who come from walks of lives like us, we don't have control over the media, you know. The media is going to show what they're going to show. They're going to make people look good who they want to look good, you know what I'm saying? America isn't as much the land of the free as either it once was or one would want you to assume, you know. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. And unfortunately, the biggest problem is that we look at the poor person, the person of color, whether they're African American, whether they are Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, El Salvadorian, Honduran, you know what I'm saying? Even poor Caucasians, you know. Unfortunately, we look at them and we assume these people are the biggest problem, when in all due reality, the people with the biggest problem are the people who have the most power, you know. I don't know where the slogan comes from, but I remember, if I'm going to say the slogan right, somebody said that incorrupt, absolute power corrupts absolutely, or something like that. I definitely said it wrong, but if you're more versed in this term than me, then you know what I'm saying. But you know, it clearly shows that power cannot be given and put in the hands of a few, because that few are gonna do whatever they can to maintain that power and maintain, you know, they have dominance over another group of people, you know. It's sad and unfortunate that in 2021, we still have people who, if you want to have your own little prejudices and maybe your own little stereotypes against people of a different race and color, ethnical background, I feel like, hey, cool, you're human. But the fact that we still have people who come up in the world and gain respect in the world, especially in high positions of law, simply for doing crimes against another person because of the color of their skin, you got to understand that we're still very primitive, you know. That the people who are at some of the highest levels of government are primitive, slow-minded people, you know, and it's real sad. And we have to get those people out of here, you know. Violence is not the answer all the time. I'm always going to be a person that stands for hitting the bully back, punching the bully in the mouth. But this is what it is. They taking taxes out of our checks, out of our money to pay for this. And the only way to deal with this is for, you know, the leaders in our communities, and a lot of these people are in gangs, Bloods, Crips, etc. These people have to man up. If you're watching this right now, when you're part of one of these gangs, you have to man up, organize with like-minded people, and we have to take it back to defending ourselves against these people. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're either going to go to war with them, which guess what you go on a war against, you know, realistically? Tanks, bombs, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Or you could create a diversion and slow down their progress while we getting ourselves together by putting them out of business, okay? If we commit less crimes against each other, the government won't have an excuse to say these people need to be controlled. So we're going to send a bunch of people from a whole nother race, from a whole nother town who don't know them, don't know how to talk to them, deal with them in a proper manner. We're going to send them to the hood and let them do what they're going to do to these people, whatever they deem fit. We got to come together and make it work, man. I personally feel like it's pretty obvious that the LASD is the most corrupt police force in America. And if they're not, then New York is, and I'm from New York. Let's not forget about Sean Bell or nobody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, share, comment, subscribe, peace.